I want to say a little more, because the more I say it out loud and put together these videos, the more I understand it. I wanted to scroll down here before to this question. How do I apply for PUA? You can file a PUA application online at, but then it says, please note, you cannot apply for PUA until you have been determined ineligible for unemployment insurance benefits. You must apply for unemployment insurance benefits before you apply for the PUA. And they do that for a reason. Because people are going to be categorized under unemployment insurance, the original one, mainly used for W-2s and for independent contractors, self-employed, says it right here, freelancers, entrepreneurs, people who partially lost their hours, that they're willing to work the job they had, but their hours were lost because of the forced pause and, you know, the quarantine and staying away from people, restaurants closing, stores not opening. You know, those kind of workers will be categorized under pandemic unemployment assistance. But unemployment insurance and pandemic unemployment assistance is really the same thing. It's extended. And it says it right here. It's extended eligibility for individuals who have traditionally been ineligible. Not everyone has a W-2 job. And it was about time that the Department of Labor woke up to that. It's a new world. Many people are creating their own businesses, whether it be painting or construction or home improvements, cement. People are paying their own way. They're creating their own employment. They're generating their own income. Then they pay their own taxes. That's why the new CARES Act that went into play, any undocumented worker is not receiving any of that money. It's because they don't pay into it. This was created for the new world, for today's day and age. And that's why I put this together. Because traditional unemployment insurance and pandemic unemployment assistance is really the same thing. It's, you know, unemployment insurance mainly for W-2 people. But what about, you know, the other 50% that, like I just said, they start their own businesses. They generate their own income. They get their own jobs, their own clients, their own gigs. And then they pay their taxes. Well, what about them? They're getting covered. We deserve it. And here's another thing to point out. This pandemic unemployment compensation part, an additional $600 per week on top of regular benefits, that's for unemployment insurance, the traditional one, and for people who are categorized under the pandemic unemployment assistance. We are all going to receive that additional $600 per week. That's how I take it. The more I read it, and the more I say it out loud, the more I understand it. The stimulus was put into play, and they even added to it. Now it's $2.3 trillion. And they divided all that stimulus into all these new categories, and they're going to bail out companies, and so on. It goes on and on. They had to produce more money. It came down to that. The Department of Labor had to update their rules, their guidelines, their requirements, because it didn't fit into today's world. So I wanted to record one more video. So this is exactly what it comes down to. Unemployment insurance is pandemic unemployment assistance. and unemployment insurance people and pandemic unemployment assistance people will receive the $600 pandemic unemployment compensation, the additional. And then it extends pandemic emergency unemployment compensation. Remember, folks, this comes into play too. There are people that are receiving full pay and they earn that job. They chose that job. They chose to give up their time to receive the pay they receive and the benefits. However, what about people like us? We're a big part of their economy. Self-employment. And then you have people who can work remotely. Well, they're still working for their paycheck. They're just doing it at home. Thank you for listening. I wanted to record one more video. It was worth it. I hope my videos help you understand this is not a handout. Nobody's taking anything from anyone. The stimulus was created. They're producing all this money because there are a lot more people in the world. Times have changed. They had to update the laws. Nobody's getting a free handout that pays their taxes and pays their way. The people who really need unemployment insurance, that really need it, well, they're not going to lose out on it. They're going to still get it. And they're also going to receive, temporarily, that additional $600 per week. They're also going to receive that additional 13 weeks of unemployment insurance benefits beyond the regular 26 weeks provided, for a total of 39 weeks of coverage. Okay, guys, have a good one. The more I say it out loud, the more I understand it. Remember, this was just signed on March 27th. We're living through history. This is history in the making. Have a good one, everyone. Bye, guys.